What's good, everybody? It's your boy Bulldog, aka Jesse, and I'm here to show you the best settings on Xbox for Modern Warfare. This is going to be for the beta, and when the actual game comes out, if something changes, we will go over and do another video. The setting options that we have, and the first thing is button layout. So this is your button layout pretty much. So which button jumps, which button crouches, all that good stuff. You have default, tactical, lefty, Nomad Charlie tactical, Charlie lefty. It looks like bumper jumper tactical, one hand gunslinger, stick and move, brawler, and beast. And depends on your playstyle, what you like to do, but I prefer tactical, so I can crouch, go prone, and slide without taking my hand off of the thumbsticks. And then we have stick layout. I never mess with this one, but you can do southpaw, so the sticks will be on the opposite side. Legacy, you use the arrows to strafe left and right. Legacy southpaw is just a combination of southpaw and legacy. And then you also have southpaw no click swap and legacy southpaw no click swap. I don't mess with this. I leave it as default. You can invert your vertical look. I don't mess with that either. Horizontal sensitivity, so looking side to side. I usually go 6:6 on horizontal and vertical. Now this is cool. They got ADS sensitivity in here now. So just like if you guys play Blackout, in Blackout you can adjust like the red dot sensitivity and your rifle scope sensitivity. This does the same thing. And so I do 0.75 for the ADS for red dot, and then anything that has like a rifle scope, I leave that at 1. You can turn on or off the controller vibration. I disable mine just because it throws me off. Some people play with it, some people play without it. So that's completely up to you. The next thing is aim assist. So there's actually different types of aim assist now. So you can disable the aim assist altogether. Standard is traditional aim assist. So as you come close to your target, you kind of slow down over your target. Then you have precision, and this one slows down. Let's see here. It says strong aim slowdown that only kicks in when aiming closer to the target. Best for accurate players. So I'm not really going to use this one. This seems like more of a, I guess you would say like a pro type setup. The focusing. Now that's the one that I'm looking at. This one says strong aim slowdown that also kicks in when narrowly missing your target. Best for players new to the analog. Now, I'm not new to Call of Duty. I've been playing since Modern Warfare back in like 09 or something like that. But I do have a problem where I overcorrect a lot. So this is really going to help out with people that overcorrect. So I'm going to go with that one. Aim response curve type. So there's different aim responses as well. Standard is the simple power curve. So like when you move your right thumbstick or left thumbstick, it moves in a smooth fashion. There's also linear, which no matter how hard you push it, it's going to move at the same speed. So it's not going to move faster the harder you push the stick to the right or to the left. And then reverse curve is going to be more refined for people that have a better aim. So I'm going to stick with the linear for right now. Let's see. We have weapon mount activation. So this one, you can mount walls in this game now. So what you're going to do is when you get to the corner of a wall or something like that, you can mount up to it and aim in. And what this will do is this has different behaviors for how you get on and off the mount. So what I'm going to suggest, you can disable it altogether. And this determines the input on what you're going to do when you're mounting the wall. So you can disable it. You can double tap the ADS. Let's see here. Or you can do ADS and melee. or just ADS. Now I'm gonna stick with just the ADS. So when I aim down my sights, if I'm close to a wall, I'll wall mount. As soon as I take off my sight, I come off the wall, and that just seems like it's going to be the easiest for me. Let's see, weapon mount, movement, exit. Okay, so this again, release ADS to unmount. Yeah, that's what we want to do. You can either enable it, so when you enable it, you're holding movement input to stay mounted. Once you take your hand off the trigger or off the aiming, you can unmount. Then we have aim down sight behavior. So it's you can either hold it like traditional Call of Duty, you hold the left trigger and you aim down the sights, or you can have it to where like some other games like PUBG, where you click in and you aim in, and then you click in to aim out. But I usually do the hold. Equipment behavior can work the same way. You can either hold it or you can toggle it. I prefer again to hold, just like any other Call of Duty. So this use/reload behavior, this is a big one. So in certain game modes, there's going to be guns on the ground and you can pick them up. So what you can do is you got three options here. You can tap to reload, and you can hold to use. So it's kind of like how Blackout is. So you tap to reload your weapon, or you can hold to pick up a weapon on the ground. There's also tap to use, and you can tap to use the weapon off the ground, or you can hold to reload. Then finally, there's contextual tap, which will do a tap for both. You can tap to pick up a weapon or tap to reload. Now this should, in theory, prioritize reloading your weapon over picking up another weapon. Depleted ammo weapon switch. So when you're out of ammo in whatever your primary weapon is, it'll automatically switch you to your secondary. And if you disable it, then you have to switch it yourself. So that one I just leave enabled. It doesn't really bother me. For slide, I put tap to slide because you can either hold the button to slide or you can tap the button to slide. I prefer the tap just because it feels like sometimes the hold doesn't work. It makes you kind of stall out, and we don't want that. Vehicle camera recenter, we're going to leave that enabled. So that way when we're driving, if we're looking around with one of the thumbsticks, if you take your thumb off the stick, then boom, you go back to center. So that's going to be good. Next we got general, and this is you can either change your input from controller to mouse and keyboard. Then we got brightness and safe area. That all is fine. Now this film grain, I turn the film grain off. And what this does, it just makes the game look a little, I guess you could say, crappy. So I turn the film grain off. Next is language. Pick whatever language. If you're colorblind, there's colorblind options in here, and these look pretty trippy, but I'm not colorblind. Text chat. So the text chat only displays system messages. So that's the in-game stuff. And I don't want to see that, but you can turn that on. Okay, world motion blur, we're turning that off. So if you look at the screen right now, the character on the left is nice and clear, and the character screen on the right, you can see is really blurry, all the background stuff, so we don't want that. Weapon motion blur, we're going to turn that off as well. You can see the difference again between the left and the right, so we're going to turn that off. Dismemberment, this is, your preference, obviously. I prefer to, see how much chaos I cause, so I'm leaving that on. Audio, this is a big one here. Audio mix, we got Infinity Ward mix, flat, headphones 1, headphones 2, headphones 3, midnight mode, theatrical, TV 1, 2, and 3. So what I prefer is headphones 1. The other really good option would be TV 1. The rest of them, I wouldn't even give them the time of day. Master volume, I have it off right now for this video, but you can obviously turn the volume on and turn the volume back off. So that's up to you how you want your volume to go. The music volume, Again, it's personal preference, but I always turn this off. I don't I don't need to hear the game volume at all. Dialogue, I turn it down to like about a 75, again because I don't need to hear a whole lot of it. And effects volume, I leave that on full. The Juggernaut music, that seems like it's going to be cool, so I'm going to leave that on. And the hit marker sound effects, this is going to be dope. So what you can do here is you got the Modern Warfare one for this game, then you got the classic one, which is probably like the, MW2, MW3, and then you could turn them off. So I'm going to put it on classic, and then voice chat, I just leave where it is at 1. And then that should be it for the settings. Alright guys, hopefully this in-depth look into the settings will help you start snapping necks and cashing checks in them lobbies. We will be streaming on Twitch all weekend for the beta, twitch.tv/bulldog87_gaming. You can also follow me on Twitter, see what I'm up to, see if a video is going live or if I'm going live at Bulldog87G. Just remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys on the battlefield. Peace out.